So just based on what I was seeing with your lower back, that's probably your biggest issue. Your neck's probably less. Is that yeah? So yeah, I think there's two things involved: creating mobility through the lower back, and then releasing some of the muscles in the hip. My thought is, like myself, you have like a chronic coordinate, dysfunction or stability with the hip, and it just kind of offsets it. My right side gets like this when I bend, it'll start to bother. Like last night, my sleep was a little cruddy, so I gotta, work on it today. So using a ball, I would just go through and I would do this in sequence, just like I'm doing. I would first start on the outside of the hip, so you find that bony part. You want to look for one of those sore spots. Apply comfortable, it's going to be a little bit up there, but something you could tolerate pressure. And I would just perform about 10 to 15 slow repetitions of just bringing that knee up. And in addition, you can provide some rotation. So rotate upwards or rotate the knee upwards, so you can provide some internal rotation there on the hip. And you can, of course, look for a different spot as you're doing it. So 10 to 15 on the side. And then I would do 10 of each repetition of this on the two areas for the hip flexor. At a 45-degree angle, I would direct the ball. You want to probably go at the level of your belly button. So somewhere around right there is probably a good spot to apply that pressure. And once again, you're going to go down, lay down on it. And as you're doing this, you want to try to, if you notice, I'm kind of bringing my leg up a little bit, and also I'm distracting it down towards the wall. So nice slow 10 repetitions of this. Oh, that feels really good. And then an additional 10 to 15 repetitions, find the ASIS, so that bony hip, as people call it, go inwards from it and a little bit below it, right about there, and same thing. So you're going to find a sore spot, and then drag that hip down and lift it up, and drag that hip down and lift it up. Yeah. So there's 3 great spots I think would really benefit you in terms of release. And then just go into some mobilization. So 2 sets of 10, I would do the following. You can go into a 4 points or a 6-point stance, so your toes, knees, and hands all touch. I know this might bother your knee, so if it becomes an issue, then you can refrain from it. But in this position, head looking directly forward. You want to try to get your spine as neutral as possible, and then simply just provide some rocking. So I'm just translating my glutes or my hips backwards and my shoulders backwards, and constantly looking forward, keeping my core tight and engaged, and allowing motion specifically through my lower back to occur. And like I said, 10 to 15 reps. You can go into a second set. We've went over these before. They're fantastic. Just 4 different motions to do for the SI joint and the lower spine. On your back position. So you would be doing this, like for instance, on your left. You're going to perform just a slight lift with the hip, with emphasis on trying to push that knee forward. I can show you this side too. So, and like I said, 10 reps, 2 sets should be good. Nice, slow, and controlled. Doing that movement by pushing through here, feeling some movement through the lower back. You might feel some pain as you start it, and it should decrease as you perform more. Next motion, it's going to be pulling the knee up, but as you pull with your hands to provide resistance, you want to push like this with your legs. So
see how you feel feel every day.
Now, what may occur with this is you may feel some, like a stretch or an opening sensation through the groin or the outer hip.
Yeah, and sometimes it helps to write it down. I woke up my phone.
And I would just do, 5-second holds of this
I noticed that I can do these things.
and 10 repetitions, 2 sets.
More of a mechanical type of thing.
And then the last one, hand on the inside of the thigh. My jeans are tight, but
It's a mechanical issue.
pulling out and pulling
It's a
up.
loss of- It's a lack of motion in your ribs.
And once again, all these are to tolerance. If you can only get to here, you can, modify with your hand if you can't get it down towards your ankle. And if you can only get to here, that's fine too. You want to feel an opening through the inside of the thigh. And that should do it. So, you hit stop on there and